Good night, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever it is, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to another episode on the Sports Friends podcast. And as you know, today is a Thursday, cricket is playing. So, of course, tonight's discussion will be centered around cricket. And people, come on, as you're joining, like the video, share the video, and come on, man, get us to the 1,000 subscribers. You don't want us to eat, eh? You need to make all our eat, man. So I'm telling you, come on, people. Need to make me, Demon, Devin, all our eat, man. So get us to the 1,000 subscribers ASAP, man. But as I can see, Demo is here, Devin is here. Wagon, brothers.
Yes, yo. Listen,
Big up, there.
watching.
Yeah, man. But as my telling you, probably at background, man. People need to get it to the 1,000 subs so we can start eat a food now, too, man. But let's get into it. We're at what, 798? Yeah, man. So what, 202 more needed. Come on, man. Get the subs up. But
Like, comment, subscribe.
Definitely. As we're saying, West Indies are engaged in a test series against Bangladesh in the Caribbean. And boy, what a first day it has been for the boys. Superb first day. I even just bypassed the Pakistan series now because I like that ball losing the farm. Whitewash at that, Some of those one, me don't really want to go back there, so because they were awful in that series. So I just really want to get into the test series, and it's interesting. Maybe down the line I might get back to the ODI series, but right now I'm on a high mountain right now, and I just want to stay in that. I don't want to go into a summer mode where I start crying. So cricket it is, and test cricket it is. So as you can see, West Indies won the toss, and surprisingly, Kemar Roach passed fitness, and we're absolutely jubilant about that. They had, last week we are here and we're talking about it that we wouldn't know who were going to open the bowling and then first change and all of that. But happy that Roach was involved, and there he is. And what a way to start, man. Best call that Kepa made. Got a wicket early out. They were 1-for-1. Then got a second one. They were 3-for-2. It just seems like the captain could do no wrong. And we ended up bundling up them for 103, and it could have been less because we dropped some catches in there that, yeah, at this level probably should have been taken. But absolutely very, very good day in the field for West Indies. But at the turn at bat, I eventually get there. I wasn't too impressed. But Dimo, I'm gonna start with you. Now, when I saw your capo, and it's one of your favorite West Indies cricketer,
Yeah.
got the thoughts and all that. And when I look at the pitch, the pitch looked good.
Yeah.
You could see clearly that something was in there for the bowlers. So, right call by the captain. All right, remember that we're talking in hindsight right now, but when you won the toss, what thought process you had?
All right. First of all, big up everybody, Michelle, all of the people in the comment section, all the Pollard haters. We see you. Anyway, so for me, I've been getting pictures of the pitch for a while, probably about 2 days ago, and it was very green. Like before them finish prepare it and roll it and stuff, it was a lot greener than what it was before. And so from a sight, I was like, it's not going to get any easier for batting until probably like day 2, 3 during the test match. So if we won the toss, I was always going to bowl first on that pitch. The thing is, though, for me, it really depended on Kemar Roach being fit, because I thought that it would have been a very inexperienced bowling attack with Azhar leading the line with Jaden Seals and all of the younger guys who just start play cricket, basically. So Kemar Roach bowling first on that top, that green top, would have been key for West Indies. And, in past the test, he was bowling in the nets, and then obviously he came into the game. So, yeah, man, I wanted to bowl. And the strange thing, though, Shakib Al Hasan said that he wanted to bat first. And I was very, very shocked that he said that, because he was saying, it's going to spin on day 5, and so he doesn't want to bat last on that pitch. Boss, listen, this game might not reach a game 5. So I don't know where it come out. That Day1 pitch was all there to bowl. So big up Kraigg on winning the toss and sending them to bat. So both captains get what they want it look like.
All right. I'm glad I brought that up, because we have seen this pitch before in the Caribbean, and I mean, we saw wasn't it Permal that we talked about that he shouldn't have played that game because he looked like a lollipop ball on that pitch. We're calling for another seamer on this same pitch, and
Yeah.
it is proving whatever we thought. And I think Shakib probably still under the influence, probably jet lag, so probably still drowsy. So he's probably thinking that it's actually still Spain. But um, Devin, when you look at the West Indies team and the selection, in terms of the team that was assembled and then the starting 11, what's your takeaway from it? Impressed or the 11 that I expected? Because I remember that Raymond Reefer also came into the 11, So what's your thought?
Yeah, well, I am happy. I have no problem with the team. I saw Demo made a post, right, about the team and whatever. Because I didn't start watching until late in the afternoon, and I said, boy, I'm happy with the team because main reason I'm happy is that Devon Thomas wasn't included. Because even if they had put in the other guy, Phillips, and somebody else that got left out, I wouldn't be happy. But once Devon Smith wasn't in there, I know he made a lot of runs in the regional game. I was happy for the team. And looking at it, I like the spinner. Like, I was reading up just to make some betting about the pitch and everything before, and I was reading some sites, and they were saying like this pitch was not gonna be like the previous, what you call it, the Antigua Recreation Ground that they named before, where it was like a batting paradise where Brian Lara made all them runs on record. It was not like that. It was gonna be a pitch where it would be, you know, good for like some seam bowling. So, and then looking at the two attacks, I definitely expected if West Indies won the toss, they would have gone in and bowl. And looking at it, seeing that you have Mayers in as a seamer, which would be an all-rounder. You have Roach, Seals, and Alzari. You never know how later down your pitch may play, so you needed the seamer, not the seamer, the spinner. So I'm happy with it with the team selection where they included the spinner.
All right, boss, say no more. And I want to get that to know Demo is that when I look at this pitch,
Oh, you're right for now asking about the team. Go on, go on.
no man, I know that I'm cool with it, man. But when I look at the pitch itself right now, and I'm looking at this current form of Joe Root, I think Joe Root would have loved this pitch. Why I say that? If you look at how this pitch is playing the ball late is the order of the day. I know that that's one thing Joe Root excel at.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, if as a batsman, the best way to go about batting on this pitch is playing the ball late, look at what the ball is doing, and I think that's where the Bangladeshis fail at their first attempt at bat. But look at the guy that went first, Joy. It was a wide delivery, and the man never have a player for that, none at all. But he chased it. Guess what? The kick gave away and all of that. But not taking away anything from the West Indies bowlers now because they did trouble him, and especially the second wicket that Roach got. That ball looked like it was going outside the half stumping, and then just saw it swung back, and that is where I want to stick because, as you said in the video that you did earlier, the short video, we need to change the man name right now. The man is no longer Kemar Roach. The man is now Kemar Malcom because
Yes,
whenever that
sir.
man plays in the Caribbean, world class.
Yeah.
So we saw what he did, and especially against left-handers, this man, I don't know where he got it from, but he's absolutely brilliant against left-handers. So when you saw that delivery, what went through your thought process? Do you think that this is something that West Indies have to factor in, knowing that they have the Fizz and all those guys to bowl?
So yeah. So for me, oh Michelle, I see as I talk about the team. My outrage was always Raheem Cornwall. So I mean, the last video that we did, I had a rant about it, and I think when we did the football show, I used it for my minute as well. So I'm not go belabor the point. Cornwall should have been in this team anyway. So yeah, Kemar Roach in the Caribbean is world class. Yeah, is when he goes overseas, it kind of tail off. Well, not kind of, massively tails off. And so he's in high company, and think he's the leading wicket taker on that pitch as well. And so he's really good against left-handers generally, but in the Caribbean, it's a next step, and it is just excellent. And when you see him in that form, especially coming off an injury and just come and like say nothing never happened. Like from ball one, he was at it, and I know he was bowling to the right-hander first because the right-hander was his first wicket, Joy.
Yeah.
But how he bowls to left-handers generally, me never really expect nothing less. You know what I mean? And so the one way use and bowl the man, like he swings the ball both ways to left handers, and that is very hard to do coming from around the wicket. And may I tell you that as a bowler, I mean, obviously he's more experienced than I am and all of that stuff, but it's very hard to do. And so I know they have the fees and all of these other, well, inexperienced guys to come and bowl, but I think Kemar Roach has the experience in the Caribbean for do that to any opposition, not just Bangladesh. Like
Yeah,
he's good enough to do that against any opposition and any left-handers that he'll be facing. So I mean, I was a bit worried, but it's like me know the pitch there go dry out eventually. And when I didn't expect them to get bowled out for 103, so I was expecting West Indies to go on bat like day two, when the pitch kind of slow down and easier for batter. But hey, you see what happens. So yeah, my Roach is world class at in the Caribbean.
facts. All right, Devin. I know that you like this guy a whole lot. I'm not sure if you saw when did he catch any of the Bangladesh innings?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so I know that you rate Jaden Seals highly. What you thought of his bowling performance?
Well, like I thought he bowled well. Like got the ball in the right areas, not trying, not trying to be, like to be express space. He's just getting the ball in the right ears. And like on a pitch that's helpful, it just having the control and getting the ball in the good ears. And like some of the commentators when they just saw him, not like Ian Bishop, like the other commentators they're saying is one thing they like about him is his control. Don't give you that many bad balls to put away and take the pressure off of you. So, he was bowling well. And, like Demon already stressed the point about Roach bowling to the left hander. So they kept the pressure on and that made it easier for him. So it's not like they were going away with any runs. So I'm like really impressed with him. So and I like
I
the
have
way
a
he
follow
was
up
bowling.
question.
Mm-hmm.
So the follow up question to that is: do you think that West Indies should just allow this guy to focus on Test cricket and remove him entirely out of the equation when it comes on to one day cricket and T20?
But I think he could do I think he could do both. I think he could do both because he's young and it's not like he's playing T20. So he could because you have players who play all three formats. I can't think of any bowler, well, pace bowler who play all three formats, with the exception of our all rounder holder. And I think he has the temperament to do both because he bowls with control and he can maintain a steady line as far as I see him in bowl. But as it relates to him being like the strike bowler, say after Kemar Roach departs, you know, I think you need a little bit more in terms of him being a strike while Roach is there, learn from him, and so he can definitely take up the mantle of being like the lead bowler for West Indies. I think he can play that role. Because I was like the guy that I always wanted to see develop, and I think at the last time I asked Dima about him, he said he was nursing some injury and trying to come back.
Still injured, still injured.
Still injured.
Yeah, man, still injured, and it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, because with all these man coming up now and Phillips and everybody, I mean, like that like a young bowler still from the team ball in the regional games coming to the team.
All right, and a man was to jump in the comment section. Big up yourself, Sebastian. Um, Kish, big up yourself. Michelle, same way. Christoph, um, Javon, big up yourself, same way. From and Jason, big up. And Jason is also saying that love how Michelle so knowledgeable about different sports. Those girls to bring home to your mom. Definitely, man. Michelle is very knowledgeable, and she is actually across all platforms, whether it be here on Mills on Sports Frenzy or crossover Mills podcast. She's there, and even though Kish may not understand cricket, Kish is one of those persons that don't miss any of our podcast either. So big up yourself, same way, Kish. But Demo, same question for you that I asked Devin. Do you think that
Yeah,
Caesar should focus on this?
no, no, boss. I think Jaden Seals is an all format bowler. Very young, and he will only get better. And it was evident in today's game. The man literally just come off of the plane from Pakistan playing ODI, and him just come and hit him length. I mean, he missed him length in probably him second spell after lunch, but then he was right back on it after that. So I mean, he's what, 20 years old.
Yeah.
He'll only get better and better. I think he's a all format player, and yeah, we can't just limit the man to to test cricket right now at all.
I'm not sure if you're privy to the information either of you in regards to how much catches Joshua Da Silva has taken so far in his career, but I think he's climbing the ladder in the boss because he has taken a whole lot since he has made his debut.
Yeah, man, I don't really pay them stats. They don't mind it about honestly. Like the wicket keeper do, him just take the catches with the bowler lick off the edge. I mean, if you're a competent wicket keeper, you're going to get a lot of catches if you have quality bowlers. So I don't really pay them stats. They don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wicket
The
keeper
reason why I
catching stats.
the reason why I ask is I know that they always make highlight of a man like Dhoni and all those guys, but it would be really interesting to see where he's on the ladder, right, as it stands. So yeah,
Yeah, for me that kind of overrated, but hey, it's a
okay.
stat.
Yes, just like Joe Root taking those catches in the slip.
No, I mean that kind of different, but the wicket keeper with the gloves, boss. You're supposed to be taking the catches, but I understand. Once the ball edge and come to you, you have to catch it. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, you have the odd spectacular ones where you dive down the leg side and all of that stuff. But yeah, for me, kind of over it.
Okay. So I'm looking at it. There was what? One, two, three, 4, 5. I think that's six the patient in the Bangladesh innings. So I think it was a good bowling performance from the West Indies overall, collectively as a unit. And I mean, the feeling could be a little bit better here, but we take this 103, and nobody would have thought that Bangladesh would have been bowler for this on the first day. But it is good for us, and we just have to look forward. And I mean, yes, they're missing their best player right now in Mushrika Rahim for whatever reason. So that is probably something that they're banking on. But then West Indies can easily counter. So we're missing one of our best players in Jason Oda and all of that. So, um,
Yeah.
Shakib Al Hasan decided he was going to counter whatever was going on out there. And I mean, he could have been out on a couple of occasions. I mean, good occasion, he had a chance to run him out, clear as daylight. Didn't get that. And as I mentioned, Seals dropped a catch off him as well. But um, he made what? An half century off around 60 deliveries, I believe. 51 off 67. And eventually, luck ran out. Now, West Indies turn at bat. And when I decided to bat, I'm going to be honest, I only watched the first 5 overs of West Indies innings. First 5 overs. From the first 5 overs, I decided that was it for me because
So you see 0 runs then.
that's why I said it.
Oh,
I saw the Snorfest coming, so I decided that I'm going to save myself from the torture, so I'm not going to watch the remaining of the innings until
Tata.
until the close of play because I saw when Banner and Kappa was batting, so I saw the last part of it. But for majority of the innings, I never saw it, even though I saw how Campbell got out and also Reefer. But um, first up, we know that Kappa and Campbell were going to open, but
Mhm.
Reefer at number 3. I mean, 007 said it the other day in the comment section. I said that they were
Yep.
prepping him all along for that.
Mhm.
Do you agree with the decision, or you thought that they could have just pushed Banner ahead of him and yeah, carry him after, but maybe they're looking at it from a standpoint that they don't want to bring him along with Kyle Mayers back to back, knowing that both of them are left-handers and all that. So why think went through the thought process
No,
of that?
yeah, I mean, like you said, 007 said it. He was batting at number 3 for the Barbados Pride, and he was making runs there. For me, however, I never thought that was going to happen. I thought that he was going to come, play the Jason Holder role, but down somewhere down in the lower order, and then them just push everybody else up one. So I thought that Banner would have been batting at 3 because he's done it before. So I thought that was going to happen, and that's what I wanted to happen. I mean, Reefer, him decent and him capable with the bat and stuff, but batting at number 3 at the highest level, yeah, man, I really think we're for it. And I mean, it might come next innings and make 100 and all of that stuff and prove me wrong. That's fine, but that for me, that not supposed to be happening. I'm supposed to have bats up with 6, 7 and work from there at international. For Barbados Pride, him can do that all him wants. You know what I mean? So I didn't agree with that. I thought Banner should have batted at 3.
I agree. Statsman, give me how much game he has played so far, so I can do a better comparison. So he has taken 50 catches so far. That's good for him. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
No. So I mean, I know you were saying earlier that it was a snore fest. You see, coming and Ray, boss. It was tough going for the batsman. I watched everything, and 5 overs, 0 runs. I mean, I thought that they could have done a little bit better. Like you're not supposed to get five made back to back to back. Like at least push round and get a single here and there. Yeah, but Bangladesh were bowling great. Like they were bowling so good, especially the fizz. And I thought that, especially with the pressure with JC under from people, like people just don't know what they want, you know. When the man bat aggressive, he might bat too aggressive. If he bat moderate, he might bat too moderate. Now the man having a hard time, and obviously both batsmen were having a hard time, so it wasn't just him. They must say, oh, he might bat too slow. Like people just don't know what they want. I thought it was an excellent innings for start, to see after new ball, to absorb the pressure the Bangladesh coming with, and they did well. And then as soon as they well, I don't remember when they started to change gears a bit, but it got a little bit easier for them and they started to score. I think Campbell take 10 out of the spinner over when him come on 1-6 and a 4. And yeah, it looked like it was getting easier for him. And a very unfortunate dismissal. Like, I don't know how the Banser saw it. He looked set for a big score today. And, you know, I have to go probably shot him a message and say condolences and re. But the man looked set for a big score today. And I liked how them tough it out. And it was almost another 50 partnership between the two in tough conditions. And I'm really rate that.
Okay, and Christoph is saying that that's now 2 tests in a row. Bangladesh having 6 person making ducks in a row.
Yeah, man. Yo, and funny enough, that's what Christoph was saying. Because at last year's, I was paying a lot of attention to that series with Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Because I do some that series. You see that last test that they lose? Not only that people made ducks, you know, they made 340 in the first in one of the innings. I'm not sure if more than like I think it was the first innings. 2 man got century out of 340 runs. I think one man got a big century. And everybody else, I think only one other person got into double figure, which was 15. Because I remember that game, just 0-0. So even though West Indies bowl good, right? They have this tendency where once a 1 or 2 man out, like everybody's gonna start out, getting out. You know, they don't like batting partnerships. So and then like you mentioned, like Raheem Mushfiq, Mushfiq or something like that. He's missing.
Yeah, Mushfika.
Yeah. He had 105 in one test in one of the game and then 175 in that test. So him not being there is like, trust me, it's like a big disappointment. The only person where I kind of was disappointed in this game was Das Leeton, because he doesn't normally have, you know, get out like that. He will just try to play along innings because he scored like over 200 runs in that Sri Lanka.
Get out like what? Boss, a big ball man get from Kyle Mayers, boss.
Yeah, well,
yo,
was he
Kyle Mayers have the ball on a
probably
string,
I mixed him up. Was he the one that got the LBW and he didn't play a shot outside?
No, boss.
Sorry.
Mayers lick off the manage clean.
Caught behind, man.
Yeah. Okay. I mixed him up with the other guy who was.
No, man, that was a wicket keeper that walked across the smoke, man.
My fault. Yeah. My fault with that. Yeah. He got from Myers.
Stick up in, Devin, because I'm just going to bring up exactly what you were just speaking about in regards to Bangladesh.
Yeah, man.
So,
man, and they're at home. They're at home in that series against Sri Lanka.
Tell me if you guys seeing it clearly.
It kind of small. Well, you make it bigger now, but it kind of small.
Yeah, man.
But we can see
175.
All right.
I remember that game. Man.
So here it is. One duck right there. So this one is a duck's patient, so no problem.
Yes, was saying ducks, yeah.
There's the 175 by Mushfiqa. That's made 141. Shakib make a first ball duck. Mosadet make a duck. Khalil Ahmed make a duck. Iba that made a duck.
Yeah, man.
As there was a total.
So them stay, man. Remember pray them, man. Yeah, man. So them stay.
So I see the second innings. What? 2 duck already?
Yeah, I think the second innings they get bowled out for like 160 something. I think that innings
Lord.
Shakib make a 50 something.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
here it is where Shakib made the 58 and that's made 52. But
yeah.
boy,
He
it's in a
always do
trend.
that to Shakib. Like when we realize that the team I go down and some wickets gone, he just come out and I try to tap the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Lever, remember we talked about this in the first show and we just say who were the players coming in with farm with the bat, and that was one of them. Am I
That's
right? Mm.
but in terms of the approach by West Indies now, Devin, what I thought about it, I mean, it's Test cricket, and it's a
yes.
first day. So I mean, even though we might dislike it, a lot of fans may dislike what they did in terms of soaking up all those deliveries and looking at it how the rest of top teams are playing, score at over 2.5 and over or 3 per over. You had an issue with it or it was okay to you?
Of course, we have an issue with it. I understand what Demo was saying, like it was good bowling and or whatever, but like at the beginning of the innings, you expect to be good bowling and the pitch was still green. But oh good gosh, man, 48 overs, 95 runs. That run rate is less than two. It's not less than two, because 48 by two, no 96.
Yep.
That's still less. That's still less than two. So and at this level, at least a 2.5. You could say like a 2.5, 2 point whatever. But hard to watch, and they were fighting it out. I see John Campbell was definitely like if John Campbell had gone, he would have been. I like his approach because he was there occupying the crease like they always say in Test cricket. I said, all right, fine, that's Test cricket, and especially when you get the opposition out so early, and then later on now, when your bowler where him say, all right, I think I can deal with this bowler. He went at the spin and he was trying to get some runs. Because when I look, in no time I see he was in double figures. And I said, all right, good. But he was unfortunate. He was real unfortunate that he get out. Because I honestly feel like he would have went on to make some runs. And I wanted to see that. But
Facts.
like some of the ball they could have tried work. I don't know. Like try get a little single, try do something, try, pierce the field or get a little runs or something, man. That was just
You know why I know say you not understand what I say? You say, oh, I understand what you must say, but then you still go and go say all of this. Boss, Uno, like everybody on Sports Frenzy, just don't like to give opponents credit, boss. I'ma notice every single time when we come and say, why we can never just give the opposition credit sometime. My the man them they bowl extremely well.
I'm not
Come
going to
on,
You
better than
just
Dimo.
like
you
Come
just
bowl
on,
well
hold
fit.
Dimo.
on. You just see Bangladesh get bowled out for 103 with your bowlers span the pitch there. And
Uh-huh.
then them come back and start hit the same line and lanes where you just used to take
All
your
right.
wickets.
And even though Demo, we get bowled out, Bangladesh get bowled out for 103 and West Indies was bowling well. I wouldn't say it was like extremely well because like this
No,
guy
enough of them were self-inflicted out.
Tamim
A lot
Iqbal,
of them.
Tamim, he got caught out down the
Leg
leg.
side.
Never played the ball. He never played that ball. And,
Unfortunate dismissal,
right.
boss.
And even that LBW I was referring to with Myers, right? If another umpire was there and he said, okay, he was not out, the decision would have been upheld.
And I just pointed out the first guy that got out. He never need to play that. That ball was way, way, way outside of some. But Dimo, what I want to put across to you now, Dimo.
Yeah.
I see Christoph in the comment section saying that I'm telling you guys the pitches are to bat on. Most of the top team would have a hard time batting on the pitch. But
That's
I'll tell you,
true.
and listen, this is where on this show we're big on situational awareness, right? Read situation. So I'm a big fan of Buzz, and I know that you are also, Demo. I personally, I don't want John Campbell come out and a fidget run, but normal. If you know to attack.
No. You see, because you know when the man get dropped, brother. If the man
Listen,
come and
boss.
back normal and get
It's
out,
not about
everybody is going
dropping
to be
from.
wait no, everybody is going to be on the man. But when him come out in a place attacking, we only have chase 103. Him have the whole day for back. That's how people stay. We're very reactive. The man come out,
Me personally not come out and attack him like that. I'm
boss.
telling you
You
why.
just no, me not believe that. Me not believe
I'm
that.
dead serious. I'm
Uh,
tell
Because
you
the
why.
test, the England test, as CMC did come out to the man with the ball they down the leg side and the man for lick with the ball and him get out caught
Again,
down the leg side and
again, Demo,
you were
again.
like, oh, Why am I play that
That
shot? They just make the
all of
ball
demo,
pass, no?
all of demo again. I said it. Situational awareness. That England match, a man already hit a boundary out of the over. I never need to chase after that.
Bad
But
ball must go, boss.
what I'm saying to you is that the pitch may be hard to play on, but guess what? Shakib himself proved to you that if you're willing to play shots, you can score on the wicket.
Shakib no prove nothing.
Of
What?
course he did. The man,
Boss,
the man made a 50. So
okay, with how much chance is given.
yeah, the fact remains he made a
But
50. But what I'm putting
but
across to you is that there were deliveries right throughout the game. If you're being honest, that West Indies could have worked the ball around for singles. It's Test cricket you're talking about. You're not talking about a field that is spread right across. They could have worked the deliveries and got some singles. 1 point, something under the run rate. That's like unacceptable in a test match cricket. That is
well, me see it differently.
that is for me. But um, they're in a strong position, and I mean, I would love if West Indies just close off this game in 3 days. Don't make it gonna day 4 and a day 5. Close it off in 3 days and go easy back on the beach and come back for the second test. That's the sort of mindset that I want to see the team have. I want to have that killer instinct that teams start to fear us. Drive that fear to opponents that whenever them decide to come at the Caribbean, they are
Mm-hmm.
defeated in their minds. That's what I
Yeah,
want West Indies to do.
yeah,
But
I agree. I agree.
but no, we're what 95 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of target do you guys have in mind? And definitely, I'm start with you this time.
Well, honestly, for me, I'm not looking with such a low score. I'm not looking for them to have any target. I just wanted to see. All right, like I know Bonner, just play their game now. All right, Bonner and Kraigg. You'll probably get another 50 overs and 60 runs, right? Or 55 runs. So that's their game.
Yeah,
No, other people now, I don't want nobody to come and criticize. Like Blackwood coming in after that, and Meyer
Mears.
after that. Mayer's coming after that now. Them come and play them game and then play them. They may play a rash shot and them get out. I'm not cursing them for that
Yeah.
because with such a small score, I want
Mm-hmm.
them play some shots now. Because I mean, only 8 runs we're behind, and then Bonner now. I'll be upset now if I see Bonner or Kraigg go play a rash shot and get out.
Yeah. One of
Because
them have to stay and people back round them.
right, and people back around him. So the other people come now, yeah, just go at it, just bat it. No, that's what I want to see. And then wherever that takes them, with whatever lead, you just work, you work with that lead. So I just want him to see whosoever's coming in, based on your game, you just play your game. That's
Yeah.
whatever lead they get, they take it.
For me, we need about 400. I want us to bat once. We not look for bat 2 times in this game.
True,
Make about 400, 420. Um, and then I mean I doubt Bangladesh are going to bat as horrible as they did. I really doubt that. I mean I think the pitch is going to dry out as well, and it'll be easier for Batan. So may I look for about 400, 420. That would mean like you say, Kraigg or Banner have to stand up and bat.
true.
And obviously if we lose 2 quick wickets, we know that Silva can bat a lot of deliveries as well.
Right.
So he's there too. And Alzari can give you some quick runs if, if push comes to shove. So 400, 420, and by day 3, 4, we're supposed to look for wrap up this game by bowling them out. So I'm hoping that the pitch don't get too dry out and too easy, because if Tamim, Das, and Shakib gets in on this pitch, then it's going to be a long day for West Indies. I'm gonna really want them man to get in.
Fair,
Oh
fair,
yeah.
fair, fair. Here's Emerald saying that, all right, look, if Blackwood, they take him everything boundary if they toss them up.
I never remember Blackwood. Yeah, Blackwood
It's
too. Quick
good.
run.
Yeah. Christoph saying that I had no problem with all of them, but though as long as they bat only once. Fair.
There you go. Christoph understand cricket. Well said.
Christoph's also saying that West Indies should make no less than 400. He also saying that West Indies should make no less than 400. If West Indies get a lead of over 250, they won't lose this match. Come on, Christoph. Losing is out of the equation right now. There's only two possible results in this game. It's either West Indies win As a matter of fact, there's only one result in this game. Let me rephrase. A West Indies win. This
No,
game
me
is
think,
not dry.
me think you're not gonna say,
Only thing can let this match draw is rain.
me think
And
you're not gonna say West Indies win, Bangladesh lose with the two result. Cause I don't know where at all.
I don't see. They're not having a rain in the forecast.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that West Indies victory. And before I move on, I know that a lot of men is probably crying right now. Some are really having a belly ache, heartache, and all sort of it because I'm looking at the scoreline right now. JSW leading Boston Celtics by 37 points to 22. So that's a 15-point lead for JSW. So
Game
seems
early.
but again.
Game early. You know my favorite thought. That game
Yeah, game very early. Why you wanna mention that?
Game early. No worry yourself, man. Third quarter JSW is going to pile it on as well. So no
early.
worries. Series done. Congrats JSW and winning the NBA championship once again.
Wow, make sure to clip that up. Clip that up, please.
But back to the cricket. So since as well they predicted that in terms of what West Indies will actually do, I personally want the guys to focus on some personal milestone. For example, Capo need to score a century right now, man, to build up his average. You see, at this point in time, based on the amount of deliveries that he have already faced, it makes sense he just go on to score a big century. Not about a little 110 or there, but score a big century because just like comes the Joe Root score runs for fun, that's how once my Capo starts
I
scoring
mean,
for
I
fun.
understand. Kraigg has been scoring runs for fun.
No man, listen man, stand up pass. I talk about some big century. Big century was man. And
The man
even
just make 160 against England the other day, boss. So not pressure the man, so.
now man, more and more man, when I get them lollipop ball if I play against man, I do them things fam.
Alright.
Average in test.
Oh Kraigg?
Great.
42 as captain.
No, I'm not talking about no captain, brother. I never was average as captain. This man.
Oh, boy.
That's the only stat that matters, boss. The man is the captain. I think him average, well, probably about 31 or something like that.
That's not good enough fam.
Yeah,
34.1.
I want to move up, man.
34?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, man.
that doesn't matter. As captain, he average is 42. So
Nah, man,
obviously,
we need to get up to the 40 D, man. Remember, say, you see, at this current juncture, it's just like we can comment about Akil saying being top 10 bowler right now in limited overs. One talk about Kepa, say, yeah, we kept it right up there in the top 10, boss. That's
yeah,
the
but
level
I'm
that
telling you
we
that he's there now
man, in terms
as
of
captain.
average overall, fam. Remember, say,
Oh,
they not gonna, remember, say, when the man retire, now, they're not going to look on the average as a captain. They're going to look on the overall career.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, so one thing go up there now, because I remember, say, yo, you have faith in this man more than Manchester United fans have faith, say, that nobody come around. But, yeah, we need to see that up, man. But, since as we're doing good in this test match, and eventually I might get back to it, but at the top I said I was going to touch on the other series, but I have to go there. Boss, what really happened in that series, Lima? Because West Indies were just off color totally in that series, and they deservedly got beaten. But
I,
what do you have to say about it?
I'm, I kind of disagree. I don't think they were off color. I think a couple of the games were very competitive. We were in the game like our bowling did pretty well to restrict Pakistan in a lot of the games. I don't have the scores them in front of me right now, but
I
especially
have them.
the last one,
I said
like
in the first game, Pakistan made 306 for 5. I know
yeah,
that was only lost that by Aaron.
exactly.
No, that way Aaron.
Now we bat first, right?
We
But
bat
yeah,
first and made
yeah,
306 and then declared off. Wesley should have done better in that game. It was the one that would beat what's his name? That fella that wants to play cricket and cannot play cricket.
Shepherd.
Yeah man, the shadow. um, Second game now, we were absolutely awful. Pakistan made 275 again. Good bowling performance from the boys, but batting 155, that's
yeah,
unacceptable for
but yeah, and the last one.
269 for 9 or 48. Good bowling once
Yeah,
again.
that man say when they say we were a joke, I thought we competed, especially
No man,
bowling
I'm
wise.
talking about overall collectively, Nadima. Collectively they were poor.
I mean that kind of harsh. I mean, yeah, people are gonna look on the series and see 3-0 and say, "Oh yeah, we were poor." But like, if you take it game for game and break down scenarios, and context, then you're gonna see. Like whenever you even make Shine a Freely get away a lot of the times, Hope was batting well some of the times. I wouldn't say it was a complete
What I
embarrassment.
mean
I
by
mean,
some of the times? You only
Hope
batted
not
good in one match, you know?
Hope,
Yeah. Oh,
and
made four. He made four in the second game, right?
him not make 100 the first game, boss.
Yes, but
So not that man say.
hold on, you say it's at some part, right? But what I'm saying to you is that he batted good in the first game. Second game, he only made four.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's fine.
the final game made 21.
That's fine. That's fine for playing against a high standard Pakistan team in Pakistan, boss. I mean, the scoreline is embarrassing, but we wouldn't say you were embarrassed
You
because
said big up a kilo saying at the final game, eh?
a couple games. Oh Lord, the man probably watched the podcast and say, I hear me I beat him. Say he's no all rounder. But again, like it just brainless. They just give away a wicket. Like the last game, there was so upset. Everybody just feel like them for throw them wicket,
Yeah.
chasing such a low total. But I just couldn't understand it, brother. But I thought we competed in a lot of the games.
And
Only the
Christoph saying,
first game I say we did good competitively in the first game. Because the second game, even though we restrict them for that total, we up 70 something. We're at 70 something for one in small amount of overs and then get all of
exactly
150. That to me is
unacceptable.
So you know take no pride in the fact so we bowl them out for again under 300.
no.
Wow. Okay.
No, we made 155. Take pride in the fact that we made over 300 in the first game and we had a chance of winning it. Because, we only lost by a run. That was real competitive.
Mhm.
Anything else, it wasn't close. Wasn't close.
Good assessment in the game because, and good observation, I mean. Second game, you're at 71 of 9.5 overs.
Yes, I remember, man. And Myers beat the ball, man. And yeah. And then you collapse to 155. You just go and take it easy after that, brother.
Boss, I'm looking at these figures, man, because I stopped watching at one point, So when I look at Pakistani bowler figures, Nawaz 10 overs, no maiden, 4 for 19. That's an economic rate of 1.90 in a
And
boss.
that man no play cricket in how much years?
Charge of right. All the West Indies.
And
But
make Shadab come make 80. Yo, I would like Shadab come make 80 against him. But Shadab no play cricket in about 6 years himself. Yeah, that but still, I never really embarrassed. I expected that outcome, so maybe that's why I'm not really
no,
embarrassed.
boss, me expect the beating in about give me a 2-1. Remember I said that's what I called it. I said 2-1.
Yeah.
But
Because at the points we did really want, even in our
you
last.
just lay down, boss. Not like the vibes the brother them could have at least show us a little bit more fight
You
and
know why you go what they say, Levan? And you don't say at the initial that touches so because just we just bring me back to disappointment. Because when we look at it with the West Indies thing, we just take it respective formats of the game. The last test series we play was England and we win. So everything prior to that in a business.
yeah.
No Bangladesh, we're going to win.
Yes, man.
Just not get
I
that
just had the mindset them on
positive. Yeah.
Bangladesh. But
So
before I move on,
winning test series, why that made me feel good.
before I move on, also shout out to Nicholas Pooran. They said that he was going to turn his arm over and he picked up 4 wickets. So very good for him, man. I guess he's probably molding his game after one Kyron Pollard, maybe.
Brother, that was an anomaly, brother. They better nobody go take the ball again against no quality people.
I think he will. But
Because he didn't do anything special.
but this leads me to my next argument now. I've seen England done it. Baz is now the coach of the test team and he's solely focusing on the test team. And as you realize, they have turned, I don't say turn around because it's just the first test series for him, but they have absolutely beaten New Zealand to a pulp in the ongoing test series, 2-0 up, and they have won the series. Final game remain, but you know that they'll take a little break before the third test because they're going to have a 3-match ODI series against the same Netherlands opposition that they face, and then the final test will return after that. But they have gone ahead and they have selected Baz as the coach of the test team, and there's another coach. His former, I think he was the coach of the Australian women's team. He's now the coach of the limited overs team. Reason I brought this up, I remember when I was on KLS the other day, Arville pitched across the idea. He was saying that West Indies should allow Phil Simmons to just focus on Test cricket and get a different coach for a limited overs team. I want both of you to address it and give me your thoughts on it. So, Devin, shoot.
So we're having like three different, or just one
Two.
for white ball and one for red ball.
Correct. One for white, one for red.
Okay. So, I honestly, I don't really like the idea. I don't really like the idea because it's more of, to me, having the right personnel pick for the different formats. Like recently, we were saying, okay, why is it that we have Kemar Roach playing ODI, right? So I think it's more of getting the right personnel. And I think there was another selection where we're saying, okay, we pick, we didn't pick, his name, that guy was playing T20. The tall guy from Chase was playing T20 cricket. Even though we discussed that he had a good CPL and running, but like, and he was awful in tests. You just gotta get a better selection. I don't think the coaching were in terms of like across different formats matters for in cricket. I just think it's more focused on having the right personnel being selected to play the game that they want. Like, you have a specialist man playing for the ODI, you have certain specialist player coming for T20, and if you have like some real great players, right? Or let me not use the word great, like flexible players then, because they may not necessarily be great, but it's just that they can play across all formats of the game because of how they can adjust their game. I just think it's more of that to me, as opposed to changing the coach and say, okay, this coach will focus for that. That's most my perspective.
Yeah, okay. Dima, what say you?
I'm very surprised you're asking me about this. For me, boss, it remains the same. Coaching at this level in cricket is overrated. Whoever they get for me, it won't matter. The thing is, under this new regime at the head, they came out and they said that it don't matter what form of cricket you're playing. If you're making runs or taking wickets in any form, you'll be given an opportunity to play in any form of cricket. And so that's what Devin was mentioning when you see Chase go play a T20. He's going to do that. And you see Kemar Roach came into the ODI team because he was bowling well for us in the Test series. So they're looking forward to just playing your best cricketers in whatever format it is, as long as you're doing well. As them say, is cricket. That's basically what they're saying. So for me, coaching no really matter. So it no matter if you have two coach or one coach. It just my perspective. Yeah.
But let's look at it a bit deeper than that, because look at
Yeah.
England, for example, based on how they were playing probably 6 months ago and all of that. You realize that Buzz has come into the fold, right? And from you've been watching Buzz as a player, because for me he's my favorite New Zealand cricketer of all time, easily. And
Mm,
you have known this man as an attacking batsman and all that. Now
mm,
you realize his coaching. From we've seen in him T20, that's how he has coached, attacking wise, right? So now you realize that there's a change in coaching personnel. There's also a change with captaincy. Both of them
mm,
are attacking, and I realize that what he has instilled into these guys is that just go out there, play a natural game. If your game is centered around attacking, go ahead and attack. And he also placed belief in a lot of these players. For example, Crawley, that has been performing for how long, the man is still going to give Crawley a chance to prove himself, because they think he has talent and there's a reason why he's there. You look at Olipo, he brought him back into the fold because he says that his talent's there and he can actually do something. So what I'm putting across to you, Dim, is that even though you and I both look at it from that perspective in terms of, I said, coaching at this level, overrated. But wouldn't you think that if you have someone there that can actually guide the guys along and tell them, say, hey, this is your game, just go out there, be yourself. Just
Wait,
go ahead and do what you know to do. Because I'm going to draw another parallel again before I let you answer. Steve Smith himself came out earlier this week and said that in T20 and ODI, for example, he always see himself as a savior of Australia team, right? That he bats and allow the other attacking guys to do whatever they have to do. But now he has changed his mindset, because he realized that whenever he tends to do that, there's too much on him to actually perform, and then he tends to overthink things. Now he's
mm,
playing more freely, because he knows that if he does fail, there are other guys there to come in and do the job. So do you think that we could get someone in to actually just put a pep in the guy's step?
Boss, you know, similar to in the Premier League or whichever league, when a new manager come in, they get the new manager bounce. That's where probably I happen right now. Because my question to you is, what did McCollum do? Like you say him motivate or get the guys to do what them do best. If you attack, you really think so the previous coach never said that to the players? Or
Probably not.
Ben Stokes, we know you're attacking batsman, why you don't attack? I'll just let you attack. I'm sure coaches do that too. Me no know way but McCollum do for make this happen. Like he didn't coach them how for bat or how for bowl or what to do in the situation. These guys are just probably hit form at the right time. Ben Stokes come back in, he's making runs. They what he did do, I guess, and part of the selection panel was bring back the two best England bowlers that almost walked England earth, James Anderson and Stuart Broad. And
Mhm.
they got the result. I mean, they can give him props for that, but I don't know what else I can give them props
But
for him though. He's a new manager bounce, boss.
but that's what I'm trying to say. You know, even though we said that coach is overrated, it could be seen that he's a manager, right? And having a man manager, that could be a good thing for him because I mean, as I said, it's not a case as if he can teach his guys how to bat and all of that. But him being there as a manager can instill all these positivity into these guys. For example, just coming off some loss, a lot of losses, right? They weren't playing
Mm.
good any at all. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, he brought in but those two fellas, two of the greatest bowlers the English cricket ever seen, arguably the two greatest. But he as a man manager said to these guys, hey, look, you know that we are going through a bad patch,
Mm.
and all you guys need to do just relax, take your time, and
Diana
just
King, no other coach
hmm,
said that to them.
there could be, but sometimes in a demo, remember what I'm trying to put across to you is that based on how this guy mindset is and how he actually thinks the cricket, he could
Yeah.
just say, yo, this is how I want you to play, be more attacking and all of that. And yeah,
All right, so you think that under any other manager, England would go for that chase? Or because McCollum, that's why them go for the chase?
50-50.
Nah, they would be going for that. It's a
Remember,
a
50-50.
small
yeah,
grown pitch easy for batman. They were always going to chase.
No,
I
but
remember, I know,
go ahead, David.
when England was here in the Caribbean, there was a game where England was like, we were bowling good to them, and then the run rate for England was like, wasn't that great. And Stokes was coming in, McCallum wasn't there.
Them send Stokes go open
Yeah,
and then
Stokes
beat
was
it to a
right.
pulp.
And Stokes was just beating the ball. So they were playing attacking cricket.
All right. Good that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go back to another conversation where you remember when they were playing against West Indies and they had a first team lead and we're saying that why is it that they never just send in West Indies since they know that they were better than West Indies at that point in time in terms of bowling and all of that. Why never send in and just try bowl them out? I remember that he spent couple extra overs at the crease in terms of route as the captain. I think that's a change because Buzz and Stokes, once they realize that they can push a result, they're going to push the result for it to happen.
And you think it would have been different if the coach was there, would have like declared earlier or whatever.
When no,
Yes.
I'm saying
Same discourse that-
I'm saying
yeah,
had Buzz been there before,
yeah.
I think they would have declared earlier.
I don't see much change in that. Much change in that, like, to be honest. And like both of you said, those two guys with the most wickets ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came in back, just the right personnel, just selecting the right personnel. They came back into the fore.
Okay, but some things I want to touch on before we close it off and all that. Constantly we'll come out here and I mean he's not our favorite cricketer in terms of one John JC Campbell. People calling for the man to actually leave the team and all of that. But leaving the team at the expense of one Shandapal, I'm not talking about the great man Shiv, talking about his son Tajan Ryan. But I'm going to bring up the bossy numbers in 2022 of one Tajan Ryan Shandapal. So give me a sec. I think I'm sharing the wrong stuff. Right. Here it is. And I hope that you guys are seeing it clearly. So it starts from down here. He played against Windward Island in the 4-day tournament. He made 11. He only batted one innings. Played against Jamaica. And I mean, at this point in time, Jamaica was absolutely trash. When I say trash, I mean literal garbage. He had scores of 8 and 2.
I can't the great stage that.
Voila, no, man. Look at the scores. He played against Guyana. Lee, what's I mean? He made 9 and 4.
Mm.
Then he played against Barbados. Look at that. 6 and 11. And I mean,
Wow.
you guys are wondering because you're not seeing it clearly. So let me just zoom in a bit more on it. Yes, man. There it is.
The man where pull up trees this year.
Yes, man. Then he made 30 and 28 against Windward. Okay, not bad.
But
Then
0-2 beside the 38 and
ball.
20.
The bowling.
Ball? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he bought some lollipop spinners as well, just like his dad. But after the 30 and 28, the man just returned back to his normal self, 5 and 4 against Leewards. Then the big scores came. He made
Yeah.
140 and
Big
23 not out against Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Made a good 184. And I mean, I'm not going to, even though we beat him still, but these were some very good innings.
Yeah.
Even though they were slow as hell, they were good.
Mm.
So he made 140 and 23, then he made 184. And this 23 came off around 11 deliveries or thereabouts, I believe, because we never knew he could actually do that until Demo said, yeah, the man come up here and play like that. So
Yeah.
this wasn't a winning cause. Made 184 against Jamaica. Returned back to himself again. Against Trinidad. Made 25. I believe he only batted once because rain washed out that game. Then he played against Bangladesh in the President's 11 and made 59. So what I want to take into consideration now, before those big scores, 11, 8 and 2, 9 and 4, 6 and 11, 30 and 28, 5 and 4. Let us be honest now. What has Tate Ryan done for us to just say, all right, let's just turn our backs on John Campbell totally? What?
Yep.
Just tell me.
Like I ask?
I'm asking the commenters because
Okay.
obviously you're not going to have anything to say in regards to this.
Okay.
David, you have anything to say?
No, like now that you mention it now, because I was hearing people talking about it, I said I never look at it like how you look at it this deep right now. But when they were talking about it, I was just saying, yo, like I don't think he has done enough in to displace John Campbell, because it's not like, and I mentioned in some comments, it's not like John Campbell like he was making 700 runs and John Campbell was only making 100 runs.
Exactly.
The regional thing, I think John Campbell was making runs too.
Exactly.
Overall, I don't think he outscored John Campbell by 50. It could be less than 50, you know. So he was scoring runs, and he's there.
You know that I did, but I completely forget it because I think he was what, sick? Was he second on the scoring chart?
No man, JC
No, man.
did the down both.
No, not JC, man. I'm talking about Tate Ryan.
Oh.
But it wasn't much. Continue, David.
That was my thing where I didn't see these scores, these 8 and 2, 9 and 4, and 6 and
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
last regional thing playing, and I was saying no, but John Campbell is not far off in the run scoring. And if we're gonna be fair, you know, what's his name? That guy we're tired of seeing. Powell was scoring.
Kieran Powell.
You know, he was scoring runs. So the three prospective, so to speak. You work with the man who have the experience and is already there. It's not like if he was like scoring 100 or 200 runs, you say, all right, John Campbell, we're gonna try somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's how I see it. We gotta be fair, because that's our main method of selecting person is for the regional game.
I'm glad they're seeing the light.
It's not about the light to them.
Because you see, even after to the boss, we see a lot of comments that come at John Campbell. Oh, this is why he's not test material. Give Tage him chance.
Here's Anthony in the comment section saying the same thing. And Anthony saying that what has John done to stay in the team?
Okay.
Hold on, before I attack. Let me just finish the comments. Yes, he's saying Tage has lifted his hands up.
With
John
what?
Campbell
With
has got
2
his
centuries?
chances, multiple chances too. Go
Him
ahead.
put up him. All right, okay. So here's my thing. What has John Campbell done to stay in the team? He's been there in probably what him have two half centuries since him have played test cricket. Yeah? Fine. He doesn't perform well. Him get 30s and 20s and then him give away him wickets a lot of the times. People say, listen, boss, you get to 20s and 30s, you play too aggressive, you can't go work. Him still continue to do it, him never make no run still. Fine. What was happening during that time and a lot of the times, there was Kraigg and John Campbell getting to West Indies starts. A lot of 50, well, a number of 50 partnerships at the top of the order. Yeah, because they bat well together. So even though he wasn't making runs himself, them as a partnership, most of the time, well, a lot of the times, gets us starts in games. That's one thing. John Campbell, get him drop. People are coming like so them forget to them they drop John Campbell. Them drop him and then bring in Kieran Powell and whoever. He got his drop and then him go back in a regional cricket and he made runs again and earn him call up again. What else him supposed to do? Him earn him call up, him come back into the team now. We played against England. We won the series with him again, having what we do the stats the other day when time we did do this. What was it? 450 partnership, 89 for one, and all of them stuff there. We do all of that, him get him thing, and then regional cricket come round again, and the man come score runs again. Like why him supposed to get dropped from the team? He's scoring runs when he goes back to regional cricket. Him just win a test series with the team. He's the incumbent. Why are you going to drop him for bringing somebody who, with all of those scores right there, 2 centuries in making a regional cricket, and John Campbell just the right behind him in terms of runs? He's the incumbent. Why are you going to drop him for somebody who barely make more runs than him? John averaged 50. 50 the man just averaging a regional competition. Why you gonna drop him? What did him do for get drop? Nothing. He just won a series in the Caribbean against England with the team. Why are you going to drop him for this man who have 11, 10, 20, and like say him are the savior? Tage was the savior because he make 2 centuries in a regional competition. 2 centuries. John been there and done that. John have 1 century in the same competition, so he make one more century than John. But so they need to stop it, my youth. Then we are gonna have him and people just because John for how him about slow today. You gonna have Tangerine, you gonna have Tage and Braithwaite and Banner in the top three. How much would they today?
Hold on, no boss. Why you jump? You fire the
Boss,
bullets them
no,
just
no,
someone.
no, no bother start me up,
It's
brother.
like you load up the shotgun in there.
We have to tell the man to hold on when you start the man. But touch the topic is for the man.
Well, yes, Travis, I'm saying that Tage and Shandapal and Braithwaite are the same slow up. That's how that will work.
Or, right?
And Anthony Ernie, he's saying that as a clapback, saying that no one is saying Tage is going to be a super success, but the manner in which he accumulated those runs suggests that he should be getting an opportunity. Anthony, what we are putting across to you, I love what Tage has done, and let's be honest. You see, if John did that, remember some game last series, based on what I'm doing at that, let's more that just dropping. But last series, Mr. said the man a try. The man is trying, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to say, you know what, give him a chance. If that wasn't the case, would I draft Tage. But guess what? Why me not go up on the Tage bandwagon? Tage need to do this more consistently, brother. The man can't just score 2 centuries and then I go jump up and say, yeah, put him instead of this man. In which, as Devin pointed out earlier, it's not a case as if Tage outscored the man totally in the 4 day. The 4 days where they used to decide who makes a test team,
Exactly.
and the man never outscored the man by much. So why should I just drop the man? And as Demo said, this is why I personally don't want John change this game. You see, me as a cricket follower, I love to see an opener partnership where one accumulate the runs, just drop it around and get his 1 and 2 year while the other one attack whenever the bad balls there. I mean, the accumulator can put away the bad balls, but I want an attacking batsman up there at the front as well. That's just me when it comes down to test cricket. But there's also Where's the comment again? Just
No,
keep
make it look like say TH had the savior for West Indies opening position after the man just scored 2 century, brother. I drop them there, look for drop that man out of Guyana team before he make them century.
I guess Christoph saying it. I never asked for John to get dropped. I knew Taylor's record was poor until the last part of the first class series. His overall first class record is pretty poor too, and he has been playing first cricket for the past 5 years. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think Dimo, correct me if I'm wrong, but up until this point this season, wasn't this his first century in regional cricket? No. I think he scored one before.
No man, I never him first.
Yeah, he scored before, but he wasn't performing consistently, and I knew they were calling for him to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not like a situation where when they go back to first class cricket in the Caribbean, you know that he's gonna make some runs. Like case in point, like a Devon Smith. You know, like when Devon Smith now do nothing, and you send him back to first class, he go make some whole power runs to slip.
Them man they leave alone.
Yeah, John not reach that stage.
Exactly.
You know? John not reach.
yeah, but Devin people act like say the man never get a drop. Him get him drop and
He
work
did get
on
the
and
job.
come back like the man get drop already, boss. When him act like say the man, oh him get him chance already. How
Oh
much test
crap.
match the man play?
I'm just remembering the reason
As
why
me
he
that
was brought back.
now one series of turn, and then when we look on it, so I say, oh no man, can't just beat him because we know Demo that did that. But when we start upon Brooks, Brooks, nobody in a put up on Brooks.
Yeah.
But Brooks get him drop now
Yeah,
too.
Yes, man, he deserved this so.
yeah.
As Dima, I remember when I went on Killers the other day, I said it. He said Brooks and Shea Hope. No matter how them two man they perform in a blasted 4 day, no put them in that test team. Leave them alone. Them two man in the visitors cricket. But um what I want to put across before damn, I also forget it, man. Talking about so many things. But yeah, remember that John got back his chance because Salazar went down.
Yeah.
And
Mind swap John would come back into the team if I never for the concussion for to Salazar, although I think Salazar would have made a run still. But people act like say the man are the savior for the opening spot bars and like what the man get him earn him call up. He make 2 big 100s. Okay, the selector say, listen, we'll see you. Come up in the team. Why you don't want him get dropped for the man? Like it just not make no sense. He's there. He might carry water for John Campbell. Good. You'll get there soon, Sonny. Relax.
he's what 25, so he's at a decent age still. Travis, we actually discussed that, about Reefer. I mean, personally, I would really want to see him there, but that is where he has scored most of his runs for Barbados this season. So I guess that's why they put him at number 3.
Yeah.
But anything else cricket-wise that you guys want to touch on?
No, I'm not gonna rant about Raheem Khan again. That's it. Just hope for West Indies do the dirt and just wrap up
West
this
Indies
thing
in 3 days
about.
or so, man.
Well, I hope so. I really hope so. I
Yes, man.
don't want.
Tomorrow them are pile on the runs, man. I see them scoring. They're on what 95. Tomorrow they're going to score 305 runs the least.
Yeah, I just don't want Tamim and Linton Das and Shakib getting on the pitch.
Brother, Tommy McMullen make a first ball duck next innings. He's
No, you
done.
see, like you see when the pitch is out, as good as Roach is to left-handers, um, and if one of them left-hander the woman just mentioned get in, Tamim especially, it's going to be really hard, especially with we are gonna have Kraigg Braithwaite as the off spinner, cause Moti, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but
Hold on a
brother,
second. Hold on a
West
second.
Indies,
Hold on a second. When you're talking about the accumulation of runs, did you mention getting down to Gudakish as well? Can't remember that man score a century recently too, So West Indies have a whole heap of man can score runs.
yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, in terms of the bowling, the West Indies just seem to pick cricket in a reverse. Like you have so many left-handers in the top order for score runs to Bangladesh, but they carry a left arm spinner instead of a half spinner. Like me not get it. So me not know if Moti I gonna
Don't
do
worry
no whole heap
yourself.
of
Don't worry
damage
yourself, man.
with the ball, but hopefully him get
Brother,
a
go
chance.
easy. We already set Tage for being a team, but we have to give Gudakish a chance now because Permal is not there.
Mm.
No, me not say nothing of the team. Of course he deserves his chance.
Good, good. All right, Devin, you have anything to say otherwise on
Oh,
cricket?
it's just some football. I just want to touch on quickly.
Man, I'll soon get there, man.
Cricket.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, that's
I
some
mean, the
cricket.
last minute.
Get
Oh,
into the minute,
we
man.
are done. Nah. It's just like I said before. Like for tomorrow, just the guys will just play all the
Yeah.
natural game.
All right, and before I get you guys minute, people in the comment section, just share it up from now. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Jamaica time, that's what, 2 EST, I believe. I'll be having a live exclusive interview with one Miguel Coley.
Big.
So if you guys really want to hear about the guy and those teams that he has been coaching down in UAE, Qatar, and all those places, and how Winfred Schaefer has helped him along his career, just tune into us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Jamaica time. That's 2 EST as well. So ensure that you guys log in. Now, Devin, your minute. Any sporting topic.
No, I was just saying like the cities that they are selected for the World Cup were announced. The final and whatever knockout one is not announced. I hope the final goes to New York City.
We out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
looking at it now, the last time when they had it in America in '94, the final was in LA, so they can move it to New York. But then I was just reading an article and like some cities they were raising some whatever about being left out. And when I look at it, anyway, I live in New York here. Some place, Nashville, Tennessee. Man, what got them the place now?
Boss.
It's natty. Right? I say, oh, what do you expect me to place in
But
Denver, like Mile High, Denver, and another place where
me do my 10-hour drive into Charlotte for watch Ja Morant. That's it. But
right. With high altitude. Once you hear about Denver, they always talk about it's like when you go Azteca, Mexico, go play some ball game. Right, and then Sherwin will come and punish in our group. I have the nerve to talk about like the final
Vancouver.
in Canada. What man, nobody not gonna Canada go watch them there. No cool thing. Final.
Come on, Devin. You know that the organizers are sensible. They're not going to put it in Canada. The final
Yeah,
will be hosted in the US.
that question. I mean, she didn't even talk about that. Definitely. So I'm hoping that I'm not gonna look on Canada for real. Just hoping that they have it here in New York, where from early out you can get some tickets and at least witness it. It would be a nice thing,
In
But
terms of stadium over there, which if you have a clue, which stadium is the biggest?
well, overall, yeah.
Yeah, in terms
All
of
this,
surface that they play football.
I'm not sure, but I think in terms of capacity wise, I think the one in LA where the Super Bowl is, or the SoFi Stadium when we keep the Super Bowl, I think
All
that
right,
one.
so that's where the World Cup finals will be held.
Yeah, LA, yeah. Yeah, man. So by that time now, Dima and Kems gonna go jump off of the gelding truck and have the youth. Can bring the youth over in America. Yeah, man.
Met
The man that named
MetLife.
Kings, the man is Sebastian. But
MetLife, here I come.
all right, Dima,
Definitely.
you're a minute, bro.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not going to use my minute to talk about any sports. I'm going to use my minute to tell you guys we're on the road to 1K.
Yes,
I think
sir.
we're 2 subscribers away from getting
202.
800. No,
Oh,
forget
yeah,
the
okay. All right,
800.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, and I know that you've been following us for a while, and I will try to get the 1K so we can get monetized and it can help support the thing, not just with your comments and something, but with your super chats and all of them thing there. And we can make the content a little bit better for you guys as well. We have big interviews planned, like easy for Levon take him time and time away from sleep and him could have do anything else, but him put the effort for have a show so you guys who enjoy can come and watch. So just try your best to get the subscribers up. Tell your friends to make them tell them friends. Take the phone from them and subscribe it. I did it the other day. When we go on cricket game, I just take the umpire phone and say, "Remember subscribe for you," and me do it and things. So I know it's not that difficult. So just try, put your best foot forward, and make Sports Frenzy grow to the max. You know what I mean? We have merch for you. We have everything for
Yeah,
you.
man, and people, the merch, I'm still there.
We try,
Merch.
You need for order. You see it?
yeah. Yeah, we're trying to make the thing global and make the thing bigger and better for you guys. So continue to support and continue to like and share the thing.
Yeah, man. The best minute at ever. On the show, man. Best minute that.
I need not to add nothing at all to that. I'll say
Best minute that.
respect Nemo, big up Devin, and big up to our producer Josh Call and all you the commenters. As Nemo point out in it, without you guys, sports forensic doesn't exist, and we do this for you guys. You are the ones who do it for. So just go ahead and do the right stuff, man. We dedicate our time to you guys, so you guys can just repay us and feed us by subscribing. That's it. Big up to
Right.
everybody, and until tomorrow, remember 1 p.m. Jamaica time, big interview with Miguel Coley. Make
Big.
sure to tune in, get everybody to come on board and just jump on. Tomorrow, I want to see at least 100 viewership. We don't hit that market, but tomorrow, I want to see it. See?
Record viewership.
That is it. Big up on yourself, fam.
All right, boss.